This is Science for SSES using the Smile Learners Packet for Week 7, dated January 10 to 14. Write your name before we begin. So this week's Smile Learners Packet is about changes in plants as they grow. Introductory concept: have you seen a seed planted and has grown into a plant? Have you seen how it became bigger and taller? Do plants look similar or different when they grow? Come and let's have fun in reading and studying our module to learn more of the changes in plants as they grow. Our learning competencies: at the end of this learning packet, you should be able to first compare changes in plants as they grow, and second, interpret observations of changes in plants as they grow. Let's begin with activities, directions, right check if the statement is correct, and X if not. Let's begin. First statement: some plants grow from seed. I repeat, some plants grow from seed. Second statement: a young plant can bear fruit. A young plant can bear fruit. Third, growth of a tree begins from being tall and big. Growth of a tree begins from being tall and big. Next statement: a mature plant has more leaves than a young plant. A mature plant has more leaves than a young plant. And last statement: a young plant has fewer roots than a mature plant. A young plant has fewer roots than a mature plant. If you're done, let's proceed with page 2. Directions: fill in the blanks. You have choices to fill in the blanks. We have plants, seeds, and fruit. First statement: seeds grow into blank. Seeds grow into blank. Next one: some plants make blank. Some plants make blank. And then last, the fruit has more blank inside. The fruit has more blank inside. Next activity: find and color the seeds. So we have here three kinds of fruit, and then you need to locate or look for the seeds or seed and then color them. If you're done, let's proceed with analysis. Analysis: interpret observations of changes in plants as they grow. So we have here in the box, problem: what are the changes in plants as they grow? What you need is a picture of a tomato plant. So picture here is already provided. And what to do: examine each picture. So we have here a tomato fruit. So take a look at the color. So this one is still unripe, and then as it matures or eventually it becomes red, it will become a ripe one. So number 1, what have you noticed to the color of the tomato fruit? What have you noticed to the color of the tomato fruit? So use short answers. Number 2, which color show a fully ripe tomato? Which color show a fully ripe tomato? And then followed by another question: how about the unripe one? How about the unripe one? So you need to tell the color. And then number 3, observe and interpret the picture below. This is a tomato plant. What changes have you observed to the tomato plant? So this is from a seed and until it becomes a mature one. So what have you noticed or what have you observed? Can you include the changes? You just mention one. So use short answers again. Conclusion: put a check on the correct statement. So from the activities and then including the analysis, so what or which sentence is is correct. So is it plants change as they grow or plants do not change as they grow? So you just choose one between these two statements. Now let's proceed with discussion. Remember this, compare changes in plants as they grow. Human beings, so I'll just correct the spelling. Human beings and animals undergo changes when they grow, and so are the plants. So not only the human beings and animals change when we grow, but also the plants. So look at this figure one. It shows the growth of plants from seed into a mature plant. So most of the plants, flowering and fruit-bearing plants, undergo same process of development or growth change. Every stage contribute a lot of factors to help them to be more productive in bearing fruits for us to eat. Okay, siya nga naman. So without the fruits, eat uh, we can eat the leaves, but not all plants can be eaten with the leaves alone. So dapat may fruits din. So because of that, we are able to eat some fruits. So let's compare the changes in plants development as they grow. So we have here some plant stages. Yung basic lang muna, starting with seed. It is the condition or stage of bearing seed. It is now ready to grow into a new plant. So if this is a ripe tomato, thus when it is cut across, you can see the seeds, and then the seeds can be planted. So yan, pinapatuyo yan. So kinukuha yung seeds, dapat ripe siya kasi the seeds are also ready to be planted. So ano na din, kaya din niya na din magpadami, and then it will become plants. Next, so we have here figure 3, seeds becoming new plants. So from a seed, may tumutubo ng parang maliit, may dumadagdag ng isang maliit na plant part. And then if you take a look, so yung seeds na from a ripe tomato, later on, it will become like this. So may mga tumubo ng parang uh, white, parang white na part. And we are going to find out what is this plant part. If it later on, anong magiging later on, what plant part would that be? Okay, next one, from a seed, it becomes a seedling. It is a young plant grown from seed. Once germination occurs, the new plant will gradually begin to appear. So the root, which anchors the plant to the soil, grows downward. So ito, baby roots pa lang siya. It is starting to grow. So the sprout will eventually take on a green color, chlorophyll, upon developing its first leaves, at which the plant becomes a seedling. So as the roots push downward, mayroon namang tumutubo pataas naman. So from mayroong isang root lang, and then later on it will develop small leaves will develop, tapos hanggang sa dadami na siya, and then the leaves become bigger. So yan ang tomato seedling. So once it is planted, may mga tutubo na ding mga leaves, and it is starting to become, the third one, a mature plant. So a plant having completed natural growth and development. Some plants have flowers. So once it bears flowers, nagiging na siya, indicator na mature na siya. And then some plants are now ready to bear fruits. So much more, if it bears fruits, so mature na siya kasi it can hold fruits, it can bear fruits, tapos ready na siya ding yung fruits, it will become its parang mga anak na, kumbaga. Okay, so from figure 5, it shows tomato with flowers, and later on it becomes fruits. So have you noticed the changes happen to plants as it develop as a grown plant? It starts from a seed, which becomes a seedling, and later becomes a mature plant. Most of the plants, like the tomato, undergo these changes. You can compare all the changes that a plant go through. It also gives you a guide to tell whether plants are growing healthy or not. So, may indicator din. Kapag hindi tumatangkad, hindi namumulaklak or hindi din namumunga, even if it's a fruit-bearing plant. So, indicator siya, baka may kulang from its needs or baka it's not mature yet. Okay. And then we proceed with application directions. The following pictures and statement describe the changes of plants as they grow. Write yes if the statement is correct and no if not. Okay. You can refer from the picture. So the fruit is already ripe and ready to eat. Is it yes or no? Next, second statement. Look at the picture. A young plant grown from seed. Is it a young plant grown from seed? Yes or no? And then from the third picture, this will become a tree after 3 days. This will become a tree after 3 days. Is it yes or no? Next page. Number 4. The plant is now ready to bear fruit after several days. I repeat, the plant is now ready to bear fruit after several days. So look at the plant with flowers. And then on the fifth picture, this is a mature plant. This is a mature plant. So right answer, right yes or no. And on the last part, reflection. Wow, congratulations for finishing this module. Draw and color on the board dito the plant you like to plant in your garden. So if you are given time to plant whatever you like, so what would that be? Draw it here. So that's it. We're done. Very short, very easy for our Smile Learners Packet in Science. Goodbye.